Hey, welcome to the spiritual gift study as we look at what our spiritual gifts are. We just saw what prophecy was about. Now let's look at service. Service is a special one, I think, and I find very fascinating. It is a non-verbal gift, and it's more of a practicing the truth. Prophecy was declaring the truth. Service is practicing the truth. These are individuals that love to serve the Lord. The Greek word for service is diakonia, and it literally means to wait on. You know the idea of a waiter that comes over to serve you. It's the idea in tennis. You know, if you are the one that continues to serve, you're probably going to win the match. Service is the idea that you are always in the business of helping others. You like to practice the living out, loving one another. You like to practice the truth of who God is all about and on the mission of service. Jesus' great example of this is found in Mark chapter 10, verse 44 through 45. And let's look at that together. It reads, it says, "Whoever would be first among you must be a slave of all. For even the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve and to give his life as a ransom for many." You see, Jesus came to serve. He loved to call himself the Son of Man. That was a name that God used of himself in the book of Daniel. And Jesus loved to always call himself the Son of Man. He is the Son of Man, and the Son of Man came to lay down his life to serve many. He came to be on mission to serve. And people that love to serve, that have the gift of serving, they love to practice that truth. And we see a New Testament example of this in the person of a woman named Dorcas. We see this in Acts chapter 9, verse 36. It reads, "Now there was in Joppa a disciple named Tabitha, which translated means Dorcas, and she was full of good works and acts of charity." What was her life about? What was her well-being about? It was about service, charity, serving one another, demonstrating the love of God. What a great truth to have and a great gift to have in the body of Christ. But there are tendencies in this gift, a hazard, so to speak, that you need to be aware of if this is your gift, so that this doesn't become an aspect of your life. One of those things is busyness. You know, Martha in the New Testament, she loved Jesus, but yet she was totally busy all the time. She got so busy, in fact, she forgot her first love. Listen how Luke records it this way in Luke chapter 10, verse 38. It says, "Now when they were traveling along, they entered a city, a village, and a woman named Martha welcomed him into her home. And she had a sister named Mary, and who was seated at the Lord's feet, listening to his word. But Martha was distracted with all of her preparations. And she came up to Jesus and said, 'Lord, do you not care that my sister has left me all alone to do all this serving? Then tell her to help me.' And the Lord answered and said to her, 'Martha, Martha,'" and let me get your attention, Martha, "you are worried and bothered about so many things, but only one thing is necessary. And Mary has chosen the good part." What did Mary choose? To hang out with Jesus. And sometimes we get so busy in church, we serve, but we don't stop and rest and just allow the Lord to minister to us, as we're so busy ministering for a good thing. But that can be a tendency, a hazard, to being so busy you forget the great thing, spending time with Jesus. And another hazard could be maybe bossiness, or even quite bothered by others and being burnt out. And even sometimes because of all your work, you can tend to get very bitter. And that just happens because you're working. Our bodies and our spirituality are meant to rest in the Lord. So what should we do if this is your gift, if this is your spiritual gift? May I encourage you to serve the Lord with gladness, with a joyful heart. I like how Galatians 5:13 says it this way, that we are to, through love, serve one another. We are called to serve one another through the love of God. And if that is your gift, may I encourage you, love as he does.